breaking. Comey's life is over. Team of lawyers just made the move. It is over for him now. While many within the swamp are being purged at an epic rate, there is one that seemed to get by and slip through the cracks, but just barely. Now, he is being looked at once again, and this time it will not end well for him at all. Former FBI Director, Democrat operative, swamp rat extraordinaire James Comey is being held to task for his decision to leak memos about his interactions with President Trump. So much so that he is now facing the wrath of lawyers in New York who are now making the move to ruin Comey's life. Ty Clevenger, a lawyer who has filed a grievance against the former FBI director, made a statement on Friday to the New York Lawyers Disciplinary Committee stating that if Comey did in fact leak classified information about his meetings with the president, he should be brought up on charges and disciplined by the Bar Association of New York, and then banned from ever practicing law again. This grievance coincides with Senator Charles E. Grassley revealing last week that Mr. Comey appears to have authored 7 memos about his interactions with President Trump, which government officials have deemed 4 of those 7 memos to contain classified information. Mr. Comey also leaked at least 4 memos to a law professor friend. Clevenger maintains that Comey's actions go against New York bar rules that prohibit attorneys from illegal conduct that adversely reflects on the lawyer's honesty, trustworthiness, or fitness as a lawyer. Clevenger also complained about Hillary Clinton and the top lawyers on her team over the handling of her secret emails. He alleges that also breached standards for lawyers. According to the Blaze, former FBI Director James Comey is facing a challenge to his New York bar membership for allegedly leaking memos that detail his interactions with President Donald Trump. The Washington Times reports, "We've learned in recent months that the FBI is riddled with Obama's minions and has transformed into the rogue criminal arm of Obama's shadow government. The FBI is now fully operating as essentially Obama's secret police. As these law enforcement agencies are now doing the bidding of slimy politicians rather than upholding their oath, which is to pursue impartial justice on behalf of the public." Even further, some have accused Comey, who gave the information as a private citizen, of violating U.S. Code 793 of the Espionage Act. The Washington Examiner reports, "Is James Comey in trouble for leaking his own notes?" Fired FBI Director James Comey raised serious questions when he testified before the Senate Intelligence Committee that he was the source of leaked memos to the New York Times. "My judgment was I needed to get the memos out into the public square," Comey said. "So I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter. I didn't do it myself for a variety of reasons, but I asked him to because I thought that might prompt the appointment of a special counsel. The issue of whether doing so actually makes Comey a leaker of government information is not a black and white one. Some have accused Comey, who gave the information as a private citizen, of violating U.S. Code 793 of the Espionage Act. We all know that the FBI is crooked, and it became more so under former President Barack Hussein Obama. It is painfully apparent that the only way to end the FBI corruption is to completely do away with it and start over with an organization that is put in place to live up to the original and true purpose. That was there when the FBI began. To serve we the people is what it was intended for, not the politicians who believe they are above the law.